Hello and welcome back to Get Up and Game. My name is Josh, and after about 8 months since my last video, feels awfully nice to say those words. Now I wish I could tell you I was going to be saying them a lot more and that this was a return to a regular release schedule. Unfortunately, it is not. Still crazy busy with family. Turns out having 2 kids is even crazier than I thought it was going to be when I laid out all those plans about how I was going to come back just a couple months after my now 1-year-old baby was born. But no, that leaves basically no time for filming videos along with a work schedule that's also not very flexible. But I'm on vacation. And so I have a little bit of time. My wife said, why don't you go ahead and take a couple hours and film a video? I said, well, thank you. That sounds very nice. So then I've been racking my brains trying to figure out what in the world I was going to make a video about because I'm in the middle of about 7 different series. So I suppose I could have made the next video in one of those. But that didn't really seem worthwhile if I wasn't going to be able to follow it up. I started writing a script up for something I would like to talk about, but I just don't have any time to write scripts, so that's taking forever. So then I just thought, well, I'll just play a game. You know, I'll just sit down and have fun and play a game that requires very little pre-production and planning and stuff like that. I can just play a fun game. So that's what we have here today. I'm going to be playing two-handed. When trying to come up with what game I wanted to play, it occurred to me that since it's been a while since I made a video, I would play the heroes that it's been a while since I've played. The two, it's probably been the longest since I've played. And as you can see here, I have War Machine and Vision set up, ready to go, teaming up. War Machine's going to be in Justice. Vision is going to be in Leadership. So I haven't played these guys in a really long time. So first of all, apologies if I don't pilot them optimally, because I don't play these guys very often. They're not among my favorite heroes, but I like them fine. Just haven't played them in a really long time. So that was the theme for the heroes I chose. It's been a while. And for the villain, we're going to be playing Mister Sinister from the Next Evolution campaign. It hasn't been a while since I played him. I quite like the Next Evolution villains. But I did make a promise to a buddy on Discord, NTQ03, if that is your real name. A while back, he suggested a really interesting scenario setup, and I told him the next time I make a video, I will play that setup. And he probably doesn't remember I said that, but I remembered I said that. So we're going to be playing Mister Sinister with the Sinister Assault and Sinister Syndicate mods mixed in. We're using these instead of the Nasty Boys, along with Standard 3, trying that out. Now you might hear some creaking occasionally. I'm not in my mother's basement, but I am in my mother-in-law's basement because it's just kind of easier for me to set up. I don't have anywhere to set up at home right now with the kids' stuff just everywhere. So trying to set up down here. I don't really know what that's going to sound like on the mic. Apologies if it sounds kind of hollow or echoey. I'm in a pretty big room compared to what I used to film in. And you might hear some creaking from upstairs. Today is Halloween, so just think of it as a creaky, scary, creepy house, I guess. If you do hear a lot of that creaking, I do apologize. So what I'm going to be doing with these decks, sorry about the super duper long introduction. It has been a long time since I did this. I kind of just want to have some fun with it. It's just casual. I'm just going to be playing Standard 3. I was going to go Expert, but I don't know what to expect from these decks, and Mister Sinister is pretty tough. I don't play a lot of two-handed. I have been playing more two-handed. That was one of the things I considered talking about when I was thinking about what kind of video to make. I have been playing more two-handed lately, still love solo, but I've been trying to broaden my horizons a little bit, and so that was something I considered talking about, but instead I figured I would just play a two-handed game. Now, what I am doing with my decks, just continuing the theme of it's been a while, and this might be a kind of a weird thing, I don't know, but one thing about me that I find annoying about myself is I have this weird habit that when a cool new card comes out and everybody's playing it and everybody's talking about it and I'm watching all the videos, I never get around to playing that cool new card. I'm not trying to be a hipster about it, but for whatever reason, whatever the popular new meta is, I never end up playing it. So I don't think I have ever played, let me find it here. You probably already know what it is. Sidekick. Maybe I've done this once, but at most I've done this one time when it was new. Weirdly, I just haven't played Sidekick. Like I said, maybe it's just because everybody was playing it when it was new and it was cool and it was popular. I don't know. I'm not trying to be too cool for it. It just was something in my brain's like, oh, everybody else is doing it. I'm not going to do it. But I should do it because it's fun. And so I'm going to be doing Sidekick with Vivian. Now, apologies to the big Vision fans. I always like to tell you Vivian is not the best way to play Vision or the most interesting. But I don't play a lot of Vision, and so I wanted to try the Sidekick Vivian thing. I think it'll be fun. Seems like it should be anyway. And so that's one thing. It has been a while or never since I played Sidekick because I'm too cool for that, I suppose. Not really. And for War Machine, kind of on a similar vein, I was thinking, well, what's a popular Justice meta that I had never played for War Machine that was Float Like a Butterfly? So I thought, oh, well, that will definitely work well with War Machine. But then since I had already decided I was going to play Mister Sinister, who really punishes you for doing status effects, you can do them, but it's, not ideal. So I'm like, well, I don't want to do a bunch of Confuse, but I had already decided I wanted to play him in Justice. So the cool new meta for Justice, one of my children is crying upstairs. Hopefully you can't hear it. The cool new meta is Gunboat Diplomacy. And so this is something else I haven't really messed with. This is pretty brand new, so I haven't had time to be a hipster about it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But so this should be interesting. It has no special synergy with War Machine whatsoever. So he's not particularly good for it. But I wanted to play it. So we've got that in here. And what we're going to be doing with Gunboat Diplomacy, if you don't know what this card does, it is an alliance card, meaning anybody can help pay the costs. And as an action, you can exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character, and then you remove threat and deal damage all across the board based on their combined thwart. So what we're going to be doing is playing Pete Wisdom, who is going to be our X-Force character. Now you have to be an X-Force to play him, but Vision has Call for Backup in his deck. So that is how War Machine is going to be getting him out. Kind of the fun two-handed stuff. You can do stuff like that. You can rely on the other deck to help you. So he's going to be trying to get Pete Wisdom out for our X-Force component of the Gunboat Diplomacy. If nothing else, the theme, I think, works for Rhodey. He likes guns, right? So I guess it works for him in that respect. But and then for our X-Force, or X-Men character, rather, since we're playing Mister Sinister, we have access to Hope. And so we're going to be trying to build her up just a little bit. I just have an Inspire to put on her to get her thwart up to 3 when Vision is controlling her and 2 when Rhodey has her. And then I also have a Beast in Vision's deck as well, just in case we don't have access to Hope for some reason. So after all of that, we just need to finish setting up Mister Sinister. So when you do his setup, you have to set aside the 3 superpower mods, and then we're basically going to end up starting with 1 randomly, and we could get a second one, and the third one is removed from the game. So this tells us to shuffle the stage 2As together and get rid of 1. And what we really, really, really don't want to see is telepathy, because if Sinister gets retaliate from the start of the game, I'm just going to be in real trouble. Vivian is going to have a hard time attacking him, and War Machine's shoulder cannon is not going to work very well. So really, really, really hoping. This could be a super tough matchup. That's one of the reasons I decided not to play on Expert too. Expert also, because I just don't want to get murdered for my first and only game back for a while. So we're going to remove this one, really hoping that's telepathy, but we're not going to cheat. If we get telepathy, we get it, and we'll just try to deal with it. And then what we're going to do is, so this is done, and then we're going to reveal, and it is telepathy. Spoken into existence. Fantastic. When revealed, attach the telepathy attachment to Mister Sinister and shuffle the rest of the telepathy encounter set into the encounter deck. So he's going to have +1 to his scheming and retaliate right from the start of the game. We're going to shuffle these cards in, and then the other 2 will be set aside, and whichever one we didn't get this time, if we lose this main scheme, which only needs to go up to 10 in 2-player or 2-handed, then we're going to get the second one. Oh, that is such a shame. was really hoping not to see it. I was very tempted for the sake of the playthrough to just say, we're definitely removing telepathy just so I don't get, just hopefully it doesn't turn into a slog. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a slog. A slog.
A slog.
Where I have to be just very slow and careful. Maybe we just won't use the shoulder cannon too much and we'll just focus on War Machine's bigger attacks to do chunk damage. And maybe the shoulder cannon can just be in charge of killing all the many large minions that are in this thanks to the Sinister 6 and the Sinister Syndicate. Really just for the fun play on words, I didn't say that, but you know, Sinister, 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 and it's Halloween, which happened to be an accident, by the way. I didn't mean to do this on Halloween, but that worked out as well. Sorry for all the rambling. It has been a while. So he's got telepathy. If you haven't seen Sinister, his thing is if he gets a status card, he gets an extra threat on the main scheme, and it gets worse as he gets deeper into his stages. And this does include tough, so I have to be careful. If he happens to give himself a tough status, he's going to get a free threat. The main scheme starts with 2 and 2 players. One thing that has changed since the last time you saw me is I did get some buy the same token tokens for Christmas last year, so I'll be able to use some of those. Now, I don't know if I got enough to cover for two-handed. We'll see. Yeah, I mostly always played solo in the past, so I only really got enough to cover. So hopefully I don't run out. But so we have those, and I think we are finally ready to get started. So I'm actually having Vision go first. I know he's on this side, which is kind of weird, but I accidentally put the yellow playmat on the left and the blue one on the right. Vision is in leadership. War Machine is in justice, but I wanted Vision to be the first player because I want him to have access to hope more often than not, just because Vision has a higher thwart. And so I want him to be in control of hope on more rounds than Rhodey. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll quickly shuffle Vision's deck. And we're just really hoping to see a suit up and a double in his opening hand. If you get suit up and a double, you can exactly afford to play Vivian with a sidekick on her on the first turn, and that's just a nice way to get started. So that is the plan. I'm going to draw 5 cards only in Alter Ego, unfortunately, because the intangible, we've got it here in play right now, but technically this doesn't come into play until after you've drawn your opening hand. I'm not going to go over every little aspect of these heroes. They're both pretty much older at this point. I will explain what I'm doing as I'm going, but I don't want to take a lot more time to explain them just because I've already been talking a whole bunch, and we're just finally getting started into the game. So didn't get anything I wanted. I did get a double, so I'm tempted to just get rid of all of this as much as I would like the build support. I think I'm just going to get rid of everything but the power of leadership in the hopes of drawing a suit up to go along with it. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only got one more chance at this. 5. Okay, well, that's just horrendous. What a horrendous start. Okay, we got really absolutely nothing to be excited about here. Okay, well, that is Vision's opening hand, so we're not going to be able to do the sidekick Vivian thing from the start. I've only had a chance to practice these decks once, and I was really only even half a game just because I really have so little time on my hands these days, so I didn't get to prepare too much. But we didn't get what we wanted there. I did in that game, though, and it was really nice. We'll see what happens when you don't get that. For War Machine, I'll shuffle up. So his whole thing is not a ton of justice in here. It's mostly just to get the gunboat diplomacy thing set up with getting Pete Wisdom. And he's got some other really good allies, mostly gray allies, and just doing sort of generic War Machine things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to get his upgrades into play. I'd really like to get the chassis. One thing I was very concerned about facing Mister Sinister, because he's either going to get retaliate or overkill or steady. So I didn't want to count on status effects because he might get steady, and I didn't want to count on chump blocking because he might get overkill. So really these guys, their defense strategy is mainly just going to be flipping down and healing. So they both have a downtime. And if Rhodey can get his chassis out so that he can get toughs, that will be nice too. Okay, well, we've drawn 2 gunboat diplomacies in our opening hand, and you know, we're nowhere near having that set up. So this is everything that could possibly have gone wrong so far, and this game has. We got the telepathy from the start, and we didn't get sidekick set up, and we just have a whole bunch of cards. You know, I like the gauntlet gun and I like superpower training, and I don't think I want I guess the multitasking could be nice too if we're going to be playing a side scheme. So we'll discard 3, keep 3, and we get a double. That's nice. The helicarrier is nice, and some more damage that we don't really need right now. Should probably check and make sure this is all, yep, looks like it's showing up on the camera. I'm setting up just in a completely different setting than I normally do. I haven't used any of this equipment in so long. Hopefully I remember how to edit and post videos. We'll see how long it takes me to actually get this uploaded. But I'm just excited to be here with you again. You know, I'm still out here in the community. I'm still chatting with everyone every day. I'm still watching everybody's videos, still very much in love with the game. But I have missed interacting in this particular special way. And I know a playthrough is nothing too special. You know, you guys are watching so many awesome playthroughs these days. There are a lot of good content creators that have started doing just since I've been away, and you know, all the ones that were doing it when I was doing it are still going strong. So you guys are just so blessed to have so many good content creators, and I am blessed too. I'm watching everybody. There's been a lot of really good ones that I've been enjoying. So I guess we're gonna get started here. Oh boy. So Vision is first player. Got both my powers of leaderships with nothing to do with them. Really can't do much of anything. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, I'm tempted to stay in alter ego, to be honest, even though hand size is bad. But we're just not gonna be able to do anything. Well, if I stayed flipped down, I'm really not gonna be able to do anything. I would like another shot at getting suit up next turn, but I think that ship has sailed. So we're just gonna flip up. And so in our hero form, if I change to the dense form, I'll get to draw a card, which is tempting just because I have so little to do. So I guess we're going to flip into dense form with Vision. And we are going to draw... How funny is that? Okay. Well, I can only play suit up and alter ego. So that is just a slap in the face. So really all I can do here then, I think I'll leave that threat on the main scheme because there's a good chance Rhodey is going to play that multitasking. So I might as well have him remove that. Is he going to have a mental to play it with? Oh, maybe not. It's not looking good because Rhodey is probably going to play, say, the helicarrier. The helicarrier could play... What am I going to do with Rhodey? I'd like the gauntlet gun. I'd really like to get that superpower training out. Probably should get the missile launcher because at least it has ranged. I can start pinging Mister Sinister for 2 every turn with that. But then I'm left with kind of... Okay. Well, I guess we probably will thwart the main scheme then. Let's go ahead. I got my cool tokens here. We'll just have Hope. She has Vision's stats, so she can thwart for 2. We'll just take that off. We will... Wow, I really just can't. I'll probably end up trying to hold the suit up. Let's see if we can just make things even worse by holding a bunch of cards here. If we play the super dense strike for 5 damage, not something I would normally like to go in hard on damage on the first turn, but it's literally all we have to do. So play only if Vision is in dense form, deal 5 damage to enemy with piercing. So we're just going to hit Sinister for 5, drop him from 28 down to 23. And we'll go ahead and get a density control on the table, so when I do flip mass forms, I can get cards out of my discard pile. That could be helpful for the future. And, I'm going to use that to pay for that. I'm going to hold on to this suit up in the hopes of flipping down next turn and maybe getting the Vivian thing going after all. So he's going to hold on to that. Oh, and Vision will go ahead and punch for 2, also needing to remember that Sinister has Retaliate. So we have taken 2 damage. But we're planning on flipping down and healing a lot, hopefully, is the plan anyway. So taking a little bit of damage here and there shouldn't be too bad. Now going over to War Machine. I could use his alter ego power to shuffle one of his own cards back in the discard from the discard pile into the deck. It's just a Scorched Earth currently Not too worried about that. Now, there is a lot of minions in that encounter deck, so it's not a terrible idea to have those handy. So I really want to get the gauntlet gun, but I really want the helicarrier too. So if I were to do, say, that, or that. What am I doing? Sorry. I haven't played with cards in a long time, but I've been playing mostly on digital. So that for the helicarrier, and then the helicarrier plays superpower training, and then I'm left with this. I'd really like to get the gauntlet gun down. I really want the superpower training. Definitely want the helicarrier. I think I just get the helicarrier and the gauntlet gun. Just set up some economy. We don't have anything to deal with on the board. Superpower training would have been nice, but that was mainly just to get the shoulder cannon out for Rhodey, and Vision doesn't have anything too crucial, just his cape. Or I guess the gem would have been nice, but it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and use these three to get us a helicarrier that we're probably not even going to use this turn, but it'll be nice for the future. Again, kind of tempted just to stay flipped down here. Just kind of go back and forth. I guess there's no good reason for Rhodey to flip up here. So let's go ahead and use these two. We'll play the gauntlet gun. Get a couple tokens for those. One for Rhodey. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to have enough of the exhaust ready tokens for two characters. We will see. And then again, if I wanted to shuffle the Scorched Earth back in, I suppose it might be nice if we do flip up some of the big chunky minions. And we're going to leave Rhodey flipped down. We've got a little bit of room on the main scheme, not a ton. Mr. Sinister is a good schemer, especially with his telepathy, so, just really didn't want to see that. But Rhodey does have foils in his deck to help keep the scheming to a minimum, so if I'm lucky, I'll draw into one of those. But if not, hopefully he doesn't scheme for 10. So we will see. So that is the end of the first hero phase. We're going to hold on to suit up. And so no matter what, our sidekick, okay. Well, it's fine. And then Rhodey draws Repulsor Beam, Iron Heart, Under Surveillance. Oh, that's very nice. The Munitions Bunker's nice while we're still flipped down, and a double to pay for it. And a foiled Skilled Investigator. Okay. So, yeah, but we've got some resources on the table. We can get the bunker going. Skilled Investigator and maybe Under Surveillance could all be nice. All right, so going to the villain phase, it gets 4 threat. Oh, I forgot about that. Goes up by 2. My goodness. Sinister is something else. So it goes up by 2, 4. And then he is going to be attacking Vision. We are just going to take it. So he's attacking for 1. For this activation, he gets +1/+1 for each superpower. So he has 1 superpower. So he's taking 2 damage, so down to 7 for Vision. And then he is scheming against Rhodey. Wow, we really could lose the scheme right here if he gets a 3 boost, and there are some nasty boosts in here. Scheming for 3, 4, 5. So very close. So we're at 9 of 10. Hoo boy. Good start, good start. And now we get an encounter card for each. First encounter card is going to be the White Rabbit. It doesn't do anything right now, so we've got a nice little minion there. She's not too terrible, if we can get rid of her quickly. Could be bad. And then one step ahead, discard 1 random card from your hand, 2 random cards instead if he is aerial. Thankfully, he is not. So War Machine is going to be discarding a card at random. Never ideal. Let's see what it's going to be. This one. The Repulsor Beam. Well, would have been an easy way to deal with the White Rabbit, but she only has 3 health, so hopefully we can take her out. Okay, apologies if there's kind of cards hanging off the side of the shot or if it's not quite centered. Just trying to get everything in here, and I'll try to keep it as nice looking as I can. So Hope moves over here for first player. And now we're back to Rhodey. Could shuffle that Repulsor Beam back in if I wanted to. Probably want to play the bunker, and then The helicarrier. I want a little bit. I want all these cards, really. Ironheart would be nice, but I think the... Let's see. If this plays the bunker, the helicarrier, and Ironheart play under surveillance, and then I can still get the skilled investigator. I think that is the way to go. So that's what we're going to do. Double plays the bunker. We'll put that over there. I will exhaust it, and it gets 2 ammo counters for the future. And then hopefully I can pile up a whole bunch, and we can maybe get Sinister down quickly when we get towards the end of the game. So there's that. Now we're going to flip Rhodey up. Before we do that, let's go ahead and shuffle the repulsor beam back in. That's not a repulsor beam. There we go. We're just going to want as much chunk damage as we can get to take as little retaliate as possible, I think. Only got 1 gunboat diplomacy left in the deck, but we're nowhere near getting that set up. We really need Vision to draw into his call for backup, and then we need to make that a priority so that we can get Pete Wisdom on the table and then do everything we can to keep him alive. So now, Hope should be ready. All of these things should be ready. So then the other thing, we're going to do the helicarrier to reduce the cost of the next card played. Discard Ironheart to get under surveillance onto the main scheme. Would really like to not lose this. I know we've got a lot of thwarting to do here, but we're going to do as much as we can. And then skilled investigator, we are going to give the first one to, well, since War Machine already has some economy set up, we will give this one to Vision. Now we're going to have, let's see, what's Vision going to do? Because we definitely want to kill the White Rabbit. Is he going to easily be able to do that? Not really. He has... Well, if I want to do suit up, I guess I have to keep everything, don't I? I wasn't really thinking about that. So we just need to deal 3 damage to White Rabbit. We can easily do that. Because we're currently in dent. So Vision could attack her before he does anything. And then I could have, say, War Machine attack her. I have the sidekick. I could just hold on to it. In the hopes of drawing Vivian soon. Okay. We are going to have War Machine hit the White Rabbit for 2. And we'll have Hope finish her off. Just take her out. We don't want that around. And that is going to be the end of War Machine's turn. Vision is definitely going to thwart for 2. Get that down to 7. And we need to flip to intangible if we want to play our thwart card. And then if we do, we get to add a Vision event, but we're going to be in intangible. So, so I could get my other thwarting card back. That's not a terrible idea. Maybe I just thwart a couple times. That seems good. So let's go ahead. We're going to flip to intangible. Nothing happens when I do that. But now I can discard the density control to return the just passing through to my hand from my discard pile. And so I think we're just going to play a couple just passing throughs here. We use suit up to play 1 and first aid to play the other, and then, gosh, I hate not using these. You know what, we'll do that. So we're going to play 2 just passing throughs, removing 6 of the threat, getting it back down to 1. Good job, us. That's okay if we just kind of hang out for a minute and do some threat removal until we get set up. And then, you know, we're just going to pass on sidekick for now and get another density control on the board. Can be quite nice. Now, do we want anybody to flip down? I should have had War Machine flip down if I was going to. Well, no, War Machine flipped up. So if I wanted to, I could have Vision flip down. He would have the bigger hand size because he is intangible. There is Now, plenty of room on the main scheme. There's a good chance War Machine will draw a foiled. Yeah, let's go ahead and have Vision flipped alter ego just for the bigger hand size. And if we do happen to draw our last suit up, I think we have one left. Then maybe we can, oh, I think we, no, I have two left. Yeah, we have two left. So there's a good chance we can still make the sidekick thing happen next turn. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to ready everything up. Draw our hand. Get a double Nick Fury. There's Pete, but we can't play him. Repulsor Beam, and we got the foiled. So if we wanted to, we could block if the boosts are bad for the scheme, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick. That doesn't seem terrible because he's definitely a resource. So that could be an all right. That could be all right. I'm going to leave the foiled up there so I don't forget about it. Vision is drawing 6 cards. Clarity, mass increase for the defense. There's the suit up. The Hickory Branch Lane, which we shouldn't need if we're going to get Vivian out there and keep her out there. And okay, so we're going to be able to suit up, get Viv and the sidekick, and we don't really mind losing most of these cards. So that kind of worked out. Now, going to the villain phase. So this is going to 5, but we still have room for 9 more. Now against War Machine, he is attacking. We're just going to take it. It's for 1. After this activation, we're putting a pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past. So we are playing with standard 3, which means we'll likely be seeing a Nemesis at some point. And then we just take 1 damage on War Machine. Goes down to 9. It's not too bad. Now he is scheming against Vision. We have the foiled, so he's already scheming for 3, and if there's bad boosts, I would say if there's 2 or more, I'll probably play the foiled. There is just 1. You are stunned. So Vision is stunned. Not the end of the world. We don't really need him attacking right now. So Vision is stunned, but he only got 1 boost, so he's scheming for 4. I guess that's not really worth spending the card on just to block 1 threat when we have room for it. Now, are we going to be able to remove much threat? Nick can remove 2. Hope's going to be over here. She can remove a couple. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So it was a total of 4 threat, right? 3 and then 1, yeah. So up to 9 of 14. And then card. First card is Molecular Control. Give Mister Sinister a tough status if he has the brute trait, which he does not. So he's getting a tough, which means we are placing 1 threat on the main scheme because of his ability. So it's now at 10 of 14, so we would have lost it if it were not for under surveillance. And then we get Sinister Disguise, so this gets attached to him. When a player would deal damage to Mr. Sinister, you can spend some resources. If you don't, you deal damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points instead, and then this gets discarded. So either I can pay the resources to avoid damaging one of my own characters, or I can just damage one of my own characters, and then this goes away. Hope slides over here, and we are hanging in. All right, Vision is up. So now we get to do the cool thing. We're going to play 2 for Suit Up. It's an alter ego action. If you watch Web Warrior Fanatic, you have seen this many times. Search your deck, discard pile for an ally and an upgrade that can be attached to that ally. Add them to your hand. So we're going to be getting Sidekick because it can be attached to Vivian, who was coming up, I guess. Hey, there she is. So what that's going to do is going to give her +2 health, so she'll have 4 health. And then I'll be able to play my side-by-side cards, which I don't think I've seen any of yet, which is pretty cool. And those work really nicely with your hero and your sidekick. So we now have these in our hand. And so we just need to get them played. We are going to go ahead and flip. Yeah, I don't need to heal. Well, do I want to heal? I'm at 7 of 11. My kind of plan is to be recovering and letting Vivian and the allies handle most of the grunt work. So I should probably take this opportunity to heal, even though I am stunned, but we're not going to be attacking this turn anyway, I don't think. So yes, it's fine. We're going to exhaust to recover. Our recover is only 3 when we are in intangible, but still, it gets back up to 10. I think we need to be very careful with our health with retaliate. Now we're gonna flip over. And let's see, we didn't really care about Hickory Branch Lane being an alter ego because hopefully we're just gonna keep Vivian on the table the whole time between being able to heal her with recovery. I have first aids in here. So we are gonna use these 2 because we're not planning on playing that. Well, should I play Clarity first, actually? If I play Clarity first, then Clarity and this can pay for Vivian, and yep, let's do that. That way we have Clarity on the board. So we use this to get Clarity down here. We'll just kind of stack these up. Now this I can exhaust to deal a damage to my hero and generate a resource. So that's another good reason to recover. So that's 1, 2 for Vivian. And then I'll discard the mass increase to put sidekick on her. So now she has +2 health and she counts as my sidekick. Now I'm currently in intangible, so she is thwarting for 3. Hope should be ready. So Vivian can, I'm already almost out of ready exhaust tokens. Vivian is going to exhaust to thwart for 3 and take damage. So let's get some of this threat under control. And Hope can thwart for 2. Let's just go ahead and do that. Now, I have no cards left in my hand, so if I wanted to flip to dense, I would draw a card, and then I could discard the density control to return an event to my hand. But since I'm flipping to dense, I would want something I could play in dense, and the only thing would be super dense strike or solar beam, which neither of which can I afford. So I think better to stay intangible, and then we'll just take less damage when we get attacked. I think that's the way to go. So vision is done. Now, going with our plan over here with War Machine, I think we're just gonna play Nick. Since we didn't use the foiled, I think we'll use these 4, hold on to the repulsor beam. Also, War Machine should have 5 ammo tokens. Sorry about that. So do not play a lot of War Machine, so I wasn't thinking about it. I have a dice handy for that very purpose. So yeah, we'll discard these 4 resources for Nick. We're gonna draw 3 cards. Professor, nice, targeted strike, and Scorched Earth. So now what we could do is we could play the Professor and it would add a threat to the main scheme, but we could confuse Sinister and flip down. And Professor will be able to thwart for 3, Nick can thwart for 2. So we're not gonna, yeah, I think that seems fine. We're kind of alternative. Oh, here's what we could do. This is cool. We could do this, will pay for the repulsor beam, and then the helicarrier and these 2 will pay for Professor X. Hey, that works out nicely. So the Gauntlet Gun, I can exhaust it to generate a resource for War Machine event and get a free ammo. We'll just use all of that to pay for the repulsor beam to deal 4 damage. Oh, he's tough. He's tough, he's tough, he's tough. Well, that's okay. War Machine can do 2 to remove the tough, and we'll take a retaliate. It's fine. And then we're going to take another retaliate from the repulsor beam, so down to 7. The repulsor beam is going to do 4 damage. Sorry, the Sinister Skies. I'm trying to remember all these things. When a player would deal damage to them, the player may spend 2 mentals. If they do not, they deal damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points instead. Oh, no. Because that would kill. So I would have to spend 2 mental. What a pain, what a pain, what a pain. So if I want to do this repulsor, well, I just won't. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it to do any of those things because I'd really just rather play the Professor and continue getting set up. We can deal with the Sinister Disguise and damaging Mister Sinister. So I'm going to kind of take all that back. Sorry about that. Put the tough back on him. We're going to take our retaliate damage back. Apologies, I did not look far enough ahead to see what was going to happen. So yeah, we're not going to do that, which is kind of a shame. We're sort of wasting. We have perfect sort of resources to deal with all that stuff, but it's just not worth it because I do want to play the Professor. So we're just going to discard these 3, bring him out. I suppose I could use the helicarrier and save something, but I don't think any of this is really worth holding on to. And so he's going to come in. He is going to confuse Sinister. He isn't steady because he didn't get super strength, so that's nice. That is going to add a threat to the main. But then Professor, I'm just going to exhaust them because they're not going to be around long enough to get tokens. Professor and Nick can thwart for 5, bringing this down to 1. We're doing a really good job of keeping that under control, which is nice. In the half of a practice game I played, I lost the first game on the first turn, so things just got a lot harder very quickly. But that is done. So War Machine didn't attack him. We took that back. So I suppose I could have him just thwart for 1, or is it still worth it to remove the tough? You know, I suppose it's still worth it to get rid of it. We're going to want to get rid of it. Alternatively, what we could do, here's what we could do. Instead of having Nick thwart, let's have him attack Sinister to remove the tough, and then he can eat the retaliate for doing that since he's going to go away anyway. Let's do it that way. And then we'll have War Machine thwart for 1. So we got that pretty much the same way, but that way we got that tough off of there without having to suffer the retaliate on our hero. And then War Machine is going to flip down. And this should have been ready. We're going to exhaust the bunker for 2 more. Let's find my blue tokens here. You know what? I have a dice for this. So we'll do that. So there's 4 on there, so that's going to be nice when we need a lot of ammo. And we can shuffle a card in. I do like having those repulsor beams, I think. Just big 4 damage is pretty nice for how cheap they are. So, yeah, I think that is good. We're not really making use of our resources, unfortunately. He loses his ammo counters. This has been kind of a weird game, I feel like, so far. But that retaliate just really pulled me back. That was kind of a huge hassle. So Vision is going to have some nice blockers. Everything should be ready. And we are good. Let's see what Vision draws. He's in Hero. He's drawing 5 cards. There's Beast, Solar Gem, nice. Inspired, should be ready. Solar Beam, and Mission Leader. So we could draw some cards if we ever get any side schemes. We've kind of passed up on most of our player side schemes, and Sinister hasn't played any yet. So Mission Leader and Skilled Investigator haven't really been in play much. Getting the other Gauntlet Gun, full auto, there's a nice big chunk of damage we'd like to play. Missile Launcher will be very nice with a Retaliate. A little bit of threat removal. Upgraded Chassis, very nice to draw that while we're in Alter Ego. So if we decide to play that, we will get a tough when we flip up. And the other Skilled Investigator. All right. Well, as long as we're not losing to threat, I don't mind that we're taking our time here. Speaking of that, it is going up by 4, so we are going to 6 of 14. And then, let's see, Vision was first player. So we're going to have Nick block for Vision, coming in with 1, getting another pursuit counter. When it gets to 5 in 2 players, then we will get a Nemesis. But it is nice that we have seen both of the Dark Designs as boost cards. We do not want him scheming any more than necessary. Is Sinister down to 11? I don't feel like he is. He should have been... Oh, did I not double his health? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I messed up Sinister's health somehow, because I have not attacked him very much at all. Oh, boy. I might have to go into the video and check. I do not know what Sinister's health should be at right now. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. I think it should be 21. I don't know why I bumped it down to 11 at some point, but I'm pretty sure he should be at 21. So back to he is attacking, we're defending. We did the things. Nick is defeated. And then he would scheme against War Machine, but he is confused. So no worries there. And now we have card. First card is 1 step ahead. Discard 1 random card. 2 if he is aerial. He's not aerial, but we are losing a card at random. Kind of wouldn't mind if it were beast, because I'm planning on bringing that in with a call for backup whenever we get around to drawing that card. It is, we'll just take the one we dropped. Hey, it was beast. That worked out. And then our card for War Machine is, oh, his obligation. We can just exhaust him to remove it, or we can remove, well, we can't remove ammo counters. So yeah, we'll just exhaust. That's fine. That worked out decently well. And there we go. Hope moves over to Rhodey, and we start in Alter Ego. We are exhausted. We're just going to go ahead and keep ticking that up to 6. I keep forgetting to ready it for some reason, but that has 6 ammo counters on it. Now it is exhausted. So if we do want to play the chassis, which would be quite nice, we could use the helicarrier, say the other gauntlet gun. It'd be nice to have both, but it's kind of a nice to have, not necessarily need it. And would like the missile launcher for sure. So let's say the helicarrier is playing the missile launcher. Then that would leave us with kind of just enough to play the chassis and the other skilled investigator. I think that's fine. So let's do that. Helicarrier can bring in this. Also, Professor X goes away. Didn't get to use his block, but that's all right. So that'll be nice to have. And we will use these 3 to bring in the chassis. I'm just going to kind of put that underneath them because we're only going to use that once in a while. It does give him aerial, but we didn't bother with any of that. For this particular deck, I'm going to put skilled investigators, kind of tuck it under here with sort of the economy stuff. And we'll shuffle the full auto back in because I definitely would like to play every one of those that I can. Huge chunk damage will be very nice. I'm amazed at how few minions we've seen. There are so many in the encounter deck, just lots of big, chunky minions. I feel like we've gotten maybe kind of lucky with the way the cards have come up from the encounter side, which is good because I feel like the cards we've had down here have been pretty good, I guess. So we're going to flip up. We are going to get a tough thanks to the upgraded chassis. He is exhausted, so that's nice. We've already played all of our cards. Let's go ahead. He should have 5 ammo counters. Let's go ahead and spend 1. Ah, we still have this to deal with. Darn it, darn it, darn it. When he would deal the friendly character the fewest remaining hit points. Well, that is going to be Vivian, right? She has 3. Now it would be 2 damage. So she would survive, and then Vision flips down. Well, is there any way Vision can just attack him and spend 2 mental? Actually, no. That is not... Well, I suppose, theoretically, if that plays the Solar Gem, then the Solar Gem and Clarity could get rid of Sinister Disguise. Yeah. Okay, hold on. So we're not going to do the missile launcher just this moment. We will have Hope thwart for 1. And War Machine is exhausted, so I guess he is done for now. Going to Vision. I think I might just play the Solar Gem and get rid of this darn Sinister Disguise so I don't have to deal with it, so I can actually start damaging him because it is really slowing us down. So let's use the mission leader. Well, we could maybe hold on to... No, I really want to get the Inspired out at some point, though. I have 3 of them. 1 for Hope, 1 for Vivian, and 1 for Pete Wisdom. So I'd like to get all 3 out if I could. So let's do the Solar Beam and the Mission Leader to get the Solar Gem. I'm just going to put that with the Clarity. All our money cards here together, trying to save space. Two-handed takes up so much space. One of the reasons I don't play it a ton, it is just kind of hard to manage everything for me. So now we are going to, oh, Vision is exhausted. Is he exhausted? Shouldn't be, right? We just took his, yeah, he should be ready, but he is stunned. So what we're going to do, we're going to flip to Dense. So we're going to draw a card. We have 2 cards. Oh, call for backup, another priority card. I could add a card to my hand from my discard pile, which kind of tempted to just have another card in my hand that I could use for a resource. Because what I want to do is play Inspired, and I want to hold on to the call for backup because I really need to play that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get a just passing through back into our hand by discarding density control. Apologies very much to the Vision players if I'm not playing him well. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and now Vivian is attacking for 3. So she's going to take a retaliate. So she'll be fine though. So yeah, so we're going to attack for 3. Sinister takes 3, goes down to 18. And now she's going to take a retaliate and her consequential, so she's going to take a total of 3 damage. She has 4 health. And then when we attack, we need to spend 2 mental. We're going to spend the solar gem and the clarity purpose, which is going to deal a damage to us. Or I could just discard the just passing through instead of using clarity. No, it's fine. So that gets rid of this. Oh, but he doesn't take the damage. Okay, but at least we got rid of it. Okay, so he doesn't take the damage, but we did get rid of it. And then we are going to play the Inspired on... I think I want it on Hope, actually. The first one we'll put on Hope. We're going to hold on to the call for backup. We're going to flip down. We're going to exhaust. We're still stunned. We're going to exhaust to recover. I'm in dent, so I would recover for 5, but I can only get up to 11 either way. And that also heals Vivian for 2 because she is the sidekick. So that is quite nice. And I think that is everything we can do. We're going to hold on to call for backup so we can get out Pete Wisdom. And then hopefully we can start gunboat diplomacying for a lot. And that will be cool. So we are done. Let's ready everything. Sorry if this is going kind of slow. I hope you're just having fun hanging out with me. I've really missed talking to you guys, hanging out with you guys. I've talked to many of you in Discord and such, hanging out online, but it's just really fun playing a game with you here. Drawing 5 cards with Vision. You know, we didn't thwart very much. Hold on. Well, it's too late now. I didn't really think about it. We didn't thwart very much. That wasn't good. 3, 4, and 5. Kind of forgot about the main scheme after making it such a priority. Just sort of slipped my mind, and I'm pretty sure we just lost it. Really wasn't thinking about that. Didn't get it foiled either, did we? Could have said that was part of my master plan, but it wasn't, and we didn't get one anyway. Call for backup. We are only drawing 5 cards because we're dense, so that all didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. There was really not a super good reason to flip to dense, maybe. But if we can hang on, we've got so much economy, and we've setting a really nice board set up. So if we can just hang on a little bit longer without things going too crazy up here, we might be able to start turning our attention more to damaging Sinister. He's very, very good at avoiding it, at least so far this game. So we're going to the villain phase. Yeah, that's going up by 4. We're at 9 of 14. Really good chance we're going to lose it here. Really not sure what I was thinking. Should have just had Vivian thwart. But we didn't. So he is attacking in War Machine. He's tough, so that's fine. Attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we're going to see a nasty boost, that was a good place for it. And then over here, hopefully he doesn't scheme too hard. Scheming for 3, 4. So we 9 go to 13. Just held on to the main. So it's at 13 of 14. Whew. I mean, at this point, either of the other superpowers wouldn't be as bad. Telepathy was the main one I was hoping to avoid, and we got that right from the start. But still, would rather not have to deal with all that. First card, War Machine's card, is Speed Demon. So we have a minion that we don't have to worry about too much at the moment. And Boomerang. So there's now the minions that are starting to show up, the Sinister Syndicate. more what I was expecting. So Hope slides over. She's got the Inspire, so she's got some very nice stats. See if we can get that main scheme under control. So Vision, we are in Alter Ego. We don't need to recover. There's nothing else to do here. So I think we might as well go ahead and flip up. We're currently in dense form, so if there's anything we wanted to play, I'm sort of reminding myself as well as narrating for you. So side by side is really fun. That's kind of the whole point of Sidekick, is because you get to ready your sidekick and your hero. So I could thwart with Vivian, thwart with Vision for 5. And then I could ready them both up. Hope's going to be able to thwart for 3. There is 13 on there, so that would actually go a long way towards clearing that. So if we definitely want to play side by side, not worried about the downtime right now. We do have 2 chunky minions on the board. How much damage can War Machine do? Well, we could, if we play that call for backup, actually. So that was kind of the point. Say Solar Gem pays for this. We had 6 thwart. We could easily do that with these 2. That would get us Beast and Pete Wisdom. There's 5 more thwarting. Or, no, it'll be, but we want to keep Hope up for the gunboat, but we could use Beast for it too. Okay, yeah, let's stick with the deck strategy. Instead of working out all the permutations, let's do what we definitely want to do. So we're going to exhaust the Solar Gem for a resource to play Call for Backup. It has 6 threat on it. Let's just have Vivian and Hope clear it. That's 6 thwart between the 2. After I flip to dense, do we want to flip to flip to intangible? Because we're also going to play. Yeah. We'll flip to intangible. Then we'll have them thwart. Now she's thwarting for 3. She's thwarting for 3. This goes away. Goes to the victory display. I'll just remove it. So now each player gets to play an ally for free. So we're going to bring in Beast here, which is going to get us an resource card, which is nice. So he gets Beast with a resource added to his hand. And War Machine is going to yank Pete Wisdom. We get to bypass the can only play if you are an X-Force because we're not playing it. We're putting it into play via the call for backup. So now we have our gunboat set up finally. So that's fun. So that's that. So we definitely still want to use, let's go ahead and have Vision thwart for 2. We just really want to hold on to this. And then we can play the side by side. Vivian should have another damage on her. Yeah, let's go ahead and play side by side. Ready your sidekick to ready your hero. And then you can either heal them both for 1 or you can bump up their stats. Vision doesn't need healed, but I kind of do want to heal Vivian. Alternatively, I could increase their stats by 1. She'd be thwarting for 4, and he'd be thwarting for 3. And since we have so much thwarting to do, let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll just try to heal Vivian in the future. So now Vivian has +1, Vision has +1. Let's just do some more thwarting. So he's thwarting for 3, for 4. That's a total of 7. So this is going down to 4. Good. We still have Beast. We still have Clarity. Can't play Super Dense anymore. That was a consideration to try to get rid of Boomerang, but that's okay. Can't do everything. Getting Team Training down would be nice. Let's just do that. Yeah, we'll just play Team Training. Oh, also, hold on. We do have Skilled Investigators for each hero when we cleared Call for Backup. So he draws a card, and he draws a card. So we'll just kind of remember that we used our Skilled Investigators. We're not going to use them again this turn, so I'm not going to worry about exhausting them to keep that simple. So now I do want Team Training. And then I could use Clarity to get my downtime out. just to get it on the board. That seems fine. So we're going to use these two team training. So now everybody has a little bit more health. That's pretty nice. And then we'll take a damage with clarity. Go down to 10 to get our downtime. We'll just kind of tuck that under vision here. So he could hypothetically recover for 7 now. So if he wanted to start punching and taking some retaliate, that wouldn't be so bad. He's still stunned though, because we haven't attacked in forever. We still have a beast. If we have beast, maybe punch boomerang just to get the damage started there. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. War Machine might be able to full auto right through Speed Demon for a big chunk of damage. I'm just trying to see how I'm going to end up killing Boomerang. Well, you have the Gunboat Diplomacy too. So, yeah. So we don't want to exhaust Beast. We don't want to exhaust Beast. We'll keep him up. We'll keep him up. Okay, cool. So then we're done over here. Over to the War Machine side. We could... Oh, we have a double to help pay for Sharon Carter. She's mainly here to... shouldn't be exhausted. To ready the helicarrier or the munitions bunker. It seems like she's good just to take in War Machine in general, even if you're not doing the shield thing, just because he has the ammo bunker there. So we could get her down. We definitely want to play gunboat. So helicarrier could play this. Let's just go ahead and do this first, just so I don't forget. So the way this works, anybody could pay for it. So if I wanted to, Vision could have paid for it because it has the Alliance keyword. I haven't played a lot of Alliance cards myself, being primarily a solo player. You can play them in solo. I just think they're easier, largely in multiplayer. So we're going to pay 1 for the helicarrier, and then exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character. Since anybody can pay costs, then anybody's allies can be used for this. So we're going to exhaust Beast and exhaust Pete Wisdom. Remove X threat from among schemes in play and deal X damage among enemies in play where X is a combined thwart of the 2 exhausted characters. Should have done some math ahead of time. Actually, I'm going to have more thwart than I need, but it's fine. So that's going to clear the main. So, because we're removing 5 thwart, we have a total of 5 thwart here. So we're removing 5 threat and dealing 5 damage. So that's 5 threat. And then we'll just go ahead and deal the 5 damage to Boomerang. So that takes care of that. Pretty good for 1 resource. Now we did have to exhaust 2 characters, but we don't have to use their consequential and all that. So pretty nice, pretty nice how that all works. Now we still have the missile launcher. I would quite like to play full auto. Gauntlet gun would help me pay for that. Don't think I'm going to play Iron Man because he's a little pricey, so maybe these 2 pay for that, and I'm left with this. So then I could get the shoulder cannon out. That seems fine. Let's do that. So we're going to do Gauntlet Gun for 1 resource and 1 ammo counter. Iron Man for the other resource to play full auto. Remove 4 ammo counters. Well, we're getting 1 from the Gauntlet Gun. So we'll remove 3 more from War Machine to deal 8 damage to an enemy with Overkill. So that's going to deal 8 to Speed Demon. Now when a character attacks him, he gets to attack back first. So we are going to take 2 damage. And then he takes 8. And then 5 goes through to Sinister, down to 16. And that doesn't retaliate on us because it was overkill, so that's nice. That's going to be one way to avoid it. So that was good. That was really cool. It's the fun of playing War Machine, just these massive attacks for not that many resources. Let's go ahead and get the shoulder cannon on the table. That is a free damage, and then you can spend ammo to ready it. The problem is it is an attack, which means every single time I use it, I'm going to be taking retaliate. So we might not make much use of it. We are going to use the missile launcher. It has range, so it'll avoid the retaliate. So that will spend an ammo counter to deal 2 damage to Mister Sinister with ranged. We're not going to use the shoulder cannon. We'll probably try to save that for minions. Might be an easy way to keep those off the board. There's no threat. War Machine could punch for 2 and take a retaliate. Not sure it's worth it. So if anything, what I should have done is I should have had him punch Boomerang for 2, and then I could have used maybe 2 of the gunboat I guess it would have been the same either way, actually, because I still would have taken retaliate from that. So Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're just not going to use him, I guess. We could flip down with him, though. We're almost out of ammo. And he has taken enough damage. It would be worth recovering. And when he flips back up, he'll get a tough. So let's do that. Let's do that. We only have one ammo counter left anyway. So we're going to flip down and recover for 3. He's going up to 10. That way, when we flip back up, we'll have a tough. And we're going to go ahead and put 2 more on here. So this is now at 8. I don't know if the dice are really going to be able to handle it. The thing is, like, normally you want to build up a big one and then just obliterate the villain with the shoulder cannon. We're not really going to be able to do that. So I'm going to have 1,000,000 ammo on that thing, but I don't think it's going to matter. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we can do something with it. Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't want that so bad. So bad. Okay, hopefully that's everything. We'll have, so Vision's in hero form, drawing 5 cards. Okay, now we really want to start doing damage. We've got our sidekick, we've got our gunboat, we've done all the fun combos. It's time to just try to do, so like big chunky attacks like Solar Beam, we're going to start prioritizing and just try to bring this game to a conclusion. It feels like it's been going for a while, but maybe it's getting close to being over. I guess we're not through our first deck pass yet. I feel like I've been sitting here a while, but I'm like under this constant like time crunch now. My family's upstairs. They're being very kind to let me have the time to do this, but I feel like I don't want to be, gone for too long. So, ooh, we've got lots of damage and a foiled. Oh, very nice, very nice. I think we might be getting there. We might be getting there. So, I am having a lot of fun though. I don't play these guys very much. There's so many good heroes. I talked about, this is taking forever, and now I'm going to go into a soliloquy about why I don't play these heroes very much. But there are just so many heroes I love. That the heroes that are just fine to me, they just, like, when am I going to play them? Because why wouldn't I play a hero I like more? So I'm glad I made myself take the time to play these 2, plus especially War Machine. Maybe not the best solo hero, just because he's not so great at managing threat usually. But, now that I'm playing more two-handed, it is an opportunity to enjoy heroes like War Machine more than I have in the past, because even though I am playing him in Justice, I don't have to rely on him to remove the threat all the time, which is good. So anyway, going to the villain phase. So yeah, all that say, I don't have anything major against these heroes. I just, there's just so many I like just a lot that I don't always get to the ones that I don't like as much. 4 is going on there. He is attacking Vision, who's been stunned for like an hour. So Vision is at 10. He's only attacking for 1. I think we're just going to continue to take it and recover. That's been our defense plan. So after this activation, place a pursuit counter. So we are up to 3 pursuit counters of 5, and Vision takes 1 damage. Not a big deal. And now he is scheming against Rhodey. I do have a foiled in my hand, so this is for 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it is worth spending a resource to prevent 3 threat. So we will do that. We'll play the foiled to cancel 3 of the boost counters, or boost icons. And so he's only adding 3, so we're going from 4 to 7. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Now we just have a card. First card is Sinister Soldier. Gets +1 scheme, +1 attack for each superpower, so he's a 2/2. And over here is Shocker after he's attacked, stun the attacking character. Now, if we can kill him in 1 shot, that doesn't happen. So if we can just do 5 damage, so like the shoulder cannon would not be good against Shocker, because he would immediately stun you after the first bullet, but if I could hit him with a big attack, then it would be fine. And that is that. So War Machine is first. We could shuffle a card in. I'm pretty sure I forgot to do that last turn, unfortunately. Well, we'll go ahead and do it now for sure. Get the full auto back. Yeah, definitely forgot to do that when we flip down. That's a shame. So we'll be drawing that in our next hand. We recovered, so when we flip up, we'll go ahead and get a tough from the chassis. Very nice. We have 5 cards to work with here. Probably not going to worry about the downtime too much at this point, or the Quinn carrier. We have just a decent board. So we could play, let's see, the repulsor beams. Kind of just want to direct those at Mister Sinister. It would cost me my tough, unfortunately. But I really do just want to be doing as much damage as possible. And Shocker, however, I probably should consider how I'm going to deal with him. Do we have a 5 damage attack? Can we avoid getting stunned? Solar Beam could do 7. That's kind of a waste, but at least it would void a stun. He has to clear his stun before we can even think about doing that. Yeah. Well, how do I want to get rid of Shocker? What a hassle you are. I could have Hope attack him for 3. I don't really care if she's stunned. Maybe I could focus on thwarting with her. Oh, here's an idea. Here's what I'll do. I'll use the Gauntlet Gun to basically fully pay for the Repulsor Beam. I should have 5 ammo. I also would have ticked up 2 here. I just forgot. So there, that's up to 10. So we're going to play this for 4. That is going to deal 4 damage to Shocker, which is going to stun me. But then I'll use the Shoulder Cannon to deal the final damage. Or to clear my stun, rather. Oh, yeah, that just clears my stun. Okay, that's fine. So that'll clear my stun, and then War Machine will just kill him. So we did 4 damage. Stun me. Shoulder Cannon would just clear my stun, and then War Machine punches him. And then he doesn't stun on the attack, he takes damage. So that takes care of him. And I don't need to use any ammo because the stun, since I use this to clear my stun, I don't get to do any of the actual text. So that was fine. The missile launcher is definitely going to hit Sinister for 2. Pete Wisdom could thwart for 3. I could also do a targeted strike for 3 thwart. There's 7 threat. Vision is currently intangible. We're going to flip to dense so we can do damage. We're going to exhaust him to clear his stun. Other than that, I don't know. I might play Maria. I'm just trying to decide how I want to use all my characters. Hope is attacking for 3. I think she can afford to take a damage. I know that's kind of risky, but she's going to attack for 3. And she does get damage for 1. If she dies, we lose. So we have to be very, very careful. He doesn't have any effects that directly damage her, I don't think. Okay, sorry about that. I've been joined by
It's okay.
my little boy.
It's
so
okay, Daddy.
he might chit-chat a little bit. But
It's okay, Daddy.
okay, well, thank you. I'm glad it's okay. Okay, no. We can't touch anything. We can't touch anything.
Why?
Because this is all for the game, and it all has to stay a certain way. Okay? You can stay and watch, but I just need you to not touch anything, okay? And I'm gonna be...
Daddy, we just made some cookies.
Oh, that sounds really nice. Now, I'm gonna be talking a lot, and that's mainly I'm gonna be talking to the video, okay? So now I'm gonna have a Pete Wisdom thwart for 3.
Okay.
To reduce this from 7 down to 4.
Okay.
And he takes 2 damage for that.
Okay.
And I think that is my turn. Oh, wait, I know I have a handful of cards. Sorry, I got distracted.
Uh-oh.
We are also going to... Oh, I still have my tough. That's right. So, not sure how much of that I'm going to be able to edit out. So, sorry, folks. This is family life when trying to film videos. I think what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and do the helicarrier and an ammo counter for a targeted strike to remove 3 threat. So 4 goes down to 1. And let's do a repulsor beam with
Hey, Daddy.
yeah.
Come back now.
Okay.
Thanks for telling that word.
You're welcome. For 4 damage, that is gonna knock off my tough with the retaliate.
Oh.
But we just really gotta be hitting him. So I guess it's fine.
What was that's very scary.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to discard the downtime. I don't think I care about that. So that is all of War Machine. I think, did I remember to spend the ammo counter? I think I spent all my ammo counters. I hopefully did. Okay, buddy, I need you to be quiet, okay, while I'm playing the game. Because I'm talking to the video. A lot of people, well, hopefully a lot of people are going to watch it, and it'll be fun. So now...
And this is when you're sitting.
Okay. Vision really needs to clear his stun. So he's going to exhaust to get rid of that.
I'm sitting right here with you.
Okay, thank you. And now we don't really need to get rid of this guy, I guess. Oh, careful. Please don't step on that cord. Okay, thank you. We don't need suit up.
I'm going to find a hawk.
No, I just need you to sit quietly and watch,
Who
okay?
is that?
That is Vision. I don't think you really know Vision. Do you remember we watched the one movie recently, and Vision, he was the one with the head that the guy was carrying around. It was just the robot head. That was Vision. Okay, so we'd love to get these inspireds out.
Hey, who is that?
That is Shocker. He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Let's, I think I'm going to ignore this.
I'm trying to find the other guy.
Okay. So we're intangible. I think we need to just go ahead and flip to dense. That's going to let us draw a card.
Who's that?
Oh, careful. That is, I don't know. That's Vision. He's fighting somebody. Draws, ooh, money. That's nice. Okay, I need you to stay back, buddy. Can you stay back, please?
Who is that?
Please don't touch anything. Can you just stay back? I need you to stay out of the shot if you can. Thank you. Would like to deal with this Sinister Soldier. I don't really want to waste 7 damage on him, though, is the thing.
Be right back, and I will see what's happening with Ezra.
Okay, I won't be too much longer.
Okay.
But Sinister only has 5 damage left anyway, so maybe it's okay that we just use this to blow up the Sinister Soldier. So let's just do that. Solar Gem and the double takes Solar Beam for 7 damage, takes him out. Let's just get him off the board. I don't have to think about it. I guess that, but all this retaliate's going to eat up my allies. I wasn't thinking about that. Let's just do these two to get inspireds on Vivian and Pete. That will be for bigger gunboats and bigger Vivian activations in the future. Sure. Sorry, the distraction from my lovely young boy has really thrown me off. And so yeah, we can't really attack. I should have had. Sorry, I really wasn't thinking straight. I'm gonna change up what I did a little bit. I'm just gonna have Beast and Vivian attack the Sinister Soldier. That's gonna be enough to knock him out. That's what I should have done because of the retaliate on Sinister. And then that Solar Beam will have gone to Mister Sinister. We'll say I did it like that. That's just smarter because then... Actually, I won't even take retaliate because that defeats him. And so we go to stage 2. And now we're going to place 2 threat on the main scheme, 4 threat instead, remembering to double up for two-handed. 4 threat instead if he has fewer than 2 superpower attachments. He does, so he's getting 4 free threat. So this is going up to 5 of 14. And now he has 34 health. And now we just need to beat him down. Chew through 34 retaliates. Now, I think all I had left was clarity. I spent all my cards. I didn't take retaliate because he was defeated. Now, I could flip down with Vision. I think it's his turn. But it's at 5. I don't have any more thwarting to do. I think we're just going to stay up. I would love to heal with Vivian, but she does have 1 more activation. Maybe I'll get a side-by-side to heal her with. So yeah, we're just going to stay up at this point to avoid losing. Losing the main wouldn't actually be that big of a deal. Because he would get either steady or overkill, and I kind of built the decks to avoid those anyway, so that wouldn't really hurt us. Huh. It would give him more keywords, so some of the cards would be a little worse. Maybe I do flip down, because maybe I just don't care if we lose the main at this point. We would lose this, but we're about to reshuffle if I really wanted to. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just flip down. I think it's fine if we lose the main scheme. No, because then we're only... Sorry, I'm really having a hard time deciding. Because he doesn't really need to recover. He could. It's really Vivian that I want to recover. And I would like her to be able to attack Sinister, but I think we're just going to have to save her for thwarting anyway. We're just going to stay up. We're just going to stay up. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay. Ready, ready, ready. Ready, everything. We'll get our gunboats back in the deck here in a minute. That'll be nice now that Pete and Hope have their inspireds. The gunboats are a little bit bigger, so that's fun. We're about to get a bunch of extra encounter cards, actually, so probably best we stayed up because we're probably going to lose the main scheme anyway. So, yeah, draw cards. So, yeah, we're only, getting an extra card here. We do have 2 full autos. Might play both of those if we use our munitions bunker. So that could be cool. And so that's 4, 5 for War Machine. So he has the 2 full autos and foiled if he happens to scheme. And a gunboat. Oh, that's a fun turn. That's a really fun turn. And then Vision is drawing 5. Also only 4 left. He gets an encounter card. And we do get a side-by-side and a double to play it. So that could be pretty good. If we can really have Vivian attacking Sinister is the problem. Get our solar beams back. Maybe we'll get very lucky and draw one now. No, but that is damage, so that's nice. Okay. But it's going to be a wild and crazy villain turn. So he's going up to 9 of 14. He is attacking now for 2. At War Machine, we have 10 health. Really no chump blockers on the board anywhere. He's just going to take it, attacking for 2, 3, 4. So down to 6. It's fine. Vision is at 9. And we're just going to take it again, attacking for 2, 3, 4. Down to 5. And now we have 4 encounter cards to deal with. First one on War Machine's side, Sinister Strike. We're getting our 4th counter, which would be enough to pop it in solo, but it's 5 in 2-player, but he is attacking again. That is less good. So we're at 6. It could exhaust to defend, which is a little bit more tempting because we want some health to do some attacks, to retaliate. Because this is going to take 2 damage, right? Like if we play all 3 of these cards, which I'm just assuming I'm going to be able to. I don't know for sure if I am or not. But assuming I'll be able to play all 3 of these cards, that's 3 retaliate I'm taking. So I need health. I don't need Beast because I have Hope, and she'll be on the Vision side, so she'll have the higher thwart. So I could block with Beast, but I have 3 more cards to get through. We're just going to have War Machine defend. So attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. So we're still taking 3. Well, now we can't play all of our attacks because we are down to 3. Not great. Genetic Mastery. If he has the following traits, he has Psionic, so we're placing 2 threat on the main scheme. So that's fine. It goes to 11. Okay, that was his cards. Now Vision. Please don't get attacked again. Dr. Octopus, okay. Oh, Insight 2. Huh? That is 13 of 14. And Sinister Schemes. If he schemes, if he has a Psionic, you're confused. Okay, so Vision is confused because he is Psionic. He is scheming, and no amount of foils is going to stop us from losing the main scheme here. Scheming for 3. And we're getting our Nemesis. Oh, how quickly things can go wrong. So we're getting the pursuit counter after the result. So that's not on just yet. So we're going to do the scheme first. He schemed for 1 million. So we lost this one, which means we lose the under surveillance. So now he is getting the super strength, which is going to increase his attack and give him steady. And then this is going to start with 2 threat on it, or 2 threat on it. We're going to shuffle the super strength in. Oh boy, this went bad real fast. And then we're about to get Ultron to go with Dr. Octopus. Yeah, we'll probably be here until they get here, and then we're gonna go trick or treating if it's not raining. We'll have to see.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see what it's doing at
Hey.
5:30.
This light helps when everyone can see and hear, right?
That's right. That's what it's for.
I don't see any light this way.
Okay, so now I think we did everything with the scheme. Now that goes on there. So now this is gonna... Okay, buddy, I need you to be quiet, okay, while I'm filming. So this flips over. We're going to do the whole shadows thing.
Hey, look at this, Daddy.
Isaac, I need you to be quiet when I'm filming, okay? If you're going to be down here, I need you to try to be quiet. Ultron comes in with the tough. And...
I'm going back upstairs.
Okay. Ultron Unleashed comes out. When revealed, search your counter deck, discard piles to the side air for Ultron drones. Put it into play. Shuffle the encounter deck. Each player puts the top card of their deck into play. Oh, and we're getting drones. That's right. Don't play a lot of vision, so I wasn't really thinking about what this was going to do to me. So this comes in. We get the Ultron. Is that even on the camera? Yes, barely. Okay. Ultron drones comes in. We'll put that over here, I guess, with Pursued by the Past. That just tells us what the drones do. The Relentless Androids get shuffled into the deck. And we're each getting a drone minion. My goodness, did things just go bad quickly. Now we gotta do 34 damage, which, with Retaliate being the way it is gonna be tough. Okay, so I think that's everything. Kind of messy, just trying to have room for everything. This is our drone minion. I mean, those are fine. That's what the shoulder cannon's for, pretty much. So that won't be a problem. I'm gonna have a lot of tokens. Hope slides over to the vision side, who is currently confused. Just kind of remind myself of everything. Team training, so we have extra health here. So Vivian has 2, 3, 4, 5 health. She's at 3, so she can activate one more time. I do have a side-by-side, so I could activate her, and then we could heal on ready. So that'll be nice. Super Dense Strike. Oh, could hit Ultron for 5, and then a shoulder cannon could finish him off. That's pretty cool. I feel like we should be able to handle the minions pretty well. I just really want to focus on Sinister, but I guess I'm just not going to be able to this turn. War Machine's definitely going to have to flip down and heal. He is currently exhausted, unfortunately, but he would have been almost dead if I hadn't. So I think, yeah, we're just going to worry about killing the minions on this turn, and then hopefully we can get back to doing the damage to Sinister after that. So let's get rid of these guys. We are going to... We're currently dense, so we're in our attacky form. We don't really need to worry about thwarting. We already lost the main. There's only 2 threat there, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to play a gunboat. That's going to more than clear the main. So that means we want to leave Hope ready, and we want to leave Pete ready. Actually, we could just play it. All right, let's do the Super Dense Strike first. So we're going to do this. We're in dense. Deal 5 damage to an enemy with piercing. So that is going to hit Ultron with piercing. So he has 5 damage on him, 1 health left. I'm just making sure none of this other stuff does anything. So you can just okay. So that is very cool. Now we are going to call for an action over on the War Machine side. And we are going to play Gunboat Diplomacy. We're going to use the Helicarrier to pay for it. So we're going to exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character. So that's going to be Pete and Hope. And so that is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 thwart. So we have 7 threat removal and 7 damage to distribute however we see fit. Among schemes and among enemies. So we have 7 damage and 7 threat. Well, 7 threat will easily clear the main and the side scheme. So that's pretty cool. And then 7 damage. Well, let's do 1, and 6. That seems great. Man, that is fun. That is really cool. Certainly enjoying the gunboat diplomacy, and probably even better in heroes that actually synergize with the card in meaningful ways. Here, I've gone really out of my way to make it happen, and it still works pretty darn well. Now, we do still have these drones. The shoulder cannon, we'll deal with those, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Back to the vision side. So now I'm going to try to do some damage, but we just can't attack Sinister. You know, I kind of messed up. I might have to, because I need to have my sidekick exhausted in order to play side by side. And now if I attack him, she'll die. Dang it, dang it, dang it. So much to keep track of. So if anything, I probably should, I could, yeah. We still have these drones. I will have her take out a drone. It's kind of a huge waste, but that knocks that out. She takes a damage. Going through a lot of effort just to play side by side. If it's even worth playing, I don't know. But so now that she's exhausted, I can exhaust vision to attack for 2. We just really need to do some damage. We take a damage down to 4. Oop. Now we could play. Maybe I should play Kalu actually for the chump block, because he didn't end up getting overkill. He didn't get flight. In my head, I was just so focused on not chump blocking, I just wasn't thinking in that direction. But now that I see that he doesn't have flight, I could theoretically just do that. Play Kalu for the chump blocker, because we're both pretty low in health. We can't really both flip down. I suppose we could. Well, we definitely want vision to heal. And he's going to be able to heal for a lot. So we're going to go ahead and play side by side. Let's do, since we're going to heal for so much, let's do clarity. Well, let's do solar gem and deft, because we don't need really more resources at this point. No, solar gem and Kalu, because we're not going to play him. To do side by side, we're going to ready. So that way we can flip down and heal. Wow, this was a kind of messy turn. I'm sorry, I got really kind of thrown out of whack by the little visit, and I really kind of lost track of what I was doing. Apologies. But he's going to flip down and heal for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he goes back to full 11. That is going to heal Vivian. I guess it wasn't really that big of a deal to play the side by side, because she's all beat up anyway. Though now we can attack with her. That's what it was. Okay, yes, because we can attack with her and she'll survive. So yeah, she's going to attack. She's going to take 2 more damage, but she's going to deal 4 back. That was the thinking. Okay, I knew I had a plan. Just really lost control of the plan. And then Beast. Well, I have all these. There we go. He's exhausted. Beast has 3 health left, so he could attack for 2 and survive. So let's go ahead and do that. He'll take 2 damage down to 26. Okay. Could have played deft with the clarity. I think that's what I was going to do. So that is a hero resource. I just won't. I was going to, but I forgot. Okay. Going over to the War Machine side. Whew. So much to keep track of. We are in hero. We are at 3 is the problem. We have 3 ammo, but we could get 10 more. I didn't end up taking the retaliate from the gunboat, so that's good, because I didn't hit Sinister with it. If I play both of these full autos, which, let's see, gauntlet gun, and this pays for 1. Oh, I don't think I can afford both of them. If I'd really mathed things out, I should have had vision pay for the gunboat diplomacy, but I definitely wasn't thinking that far ahead. All right, we'll just hold on to a full auto for next turn. Not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and get all this ammo, right? Yeah, I think so. Sure. We're going to get all that ammo. So we have a lot of ammo. We are going to use one for the missile launcher. That's 2 free damage. No retaliate there. We use the shoulder cannon for free damage to ping the drone before I forget. We are going to use the gauntlet gun for 1 ammo counter and a resource, and this for the other resource to pay a full auto, 8 damage down to 16. And that is a retaliate. We are down to 2. And we also needed to pay 3 more ammo. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 9 ammo left, but that'll be nice for next turn. I think we're just going to hold on to these 2 cards in case we draw like a nick or something. And we definitely want to play the full auto. And we might be able to wrap this up. We just need to survive. Vengeance and Alter Ego. Beast can block for War Machine. And I think we might be okay. Here's hoping. So we're going to ready everything up. We got all the ammo we need. And we'll just draw. Oh, well, okay. Please draw Nick. Okay, that wasn't worth holding on to at all, but you never know. And Vision is drawing only 5 cards because he's dense. And no damage at all, unfortunately. So that's not going to help. Now, sorry, my area's gotten very messy. We are going to the villain phase, which is getting 4 threat. He is, let's see, scheming on Vision for 3, just 3. Man, it is always so weird when there's a card has 0 boost, like that's not from the basic set. That always throws me off the standard set. I'm just not, I'm surprised they still make cards that don't have boost icons. That always throws me off. Anyway, so goes to 7 of 10. He is attacking War Machine, who has 2 health. We are going to block with, I didn't ready any of Vision's cards, but we are going to block with Beast over here. So he is exhausted, defending for, he's attacking for 3, 4, 5. That is going to defeat Beast. And we have 2 cards. Really, 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 really hope War Machine doesn't get attacked again, or that might be the end of him, and that might be the end of us, because that's where all our damage is coming from. I mean, we could give up one of our people, I guess. Oh, Relentless Android. If Ultron Drones is in play, put the top 2 cards of your deck into play face down, engage with you as drones. Well, that's fun. And then over here, oh, we get Vulture. Ooh, with Quick Strike and Villainous. That's pretty much as bad as getting attacked again. Yeah, we're only at 2. I guess we don't need Pete anymore. We didn't get another... Let's see, are we going to be able to win, I guess is the question. He's at 16. We can only afford to take 1 retaliate. This would be 8. That's half of it. And then we still have... That's going to be 10 damage. I don't know, because Vision didn't draw any damage. I mean, we can attack, and he has enough health to... But Vivian is going to die if she attacks. Well, we're going to have Vision recover. No, we can't because he's at full. Oh, man. I just don't know. We don't have any damage. We could suit up and go get, I don't know, Beast, I guess. He does a little bit of damage. The only other allies are Maria and Kalu. We're just there to sort of help out a little bit. Man, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this or not. So, I think I have to block with Pete, though. Because I cannot, I don't want to, I guess if I defend, nah, I could die. I could die. We're just going to block with Pete. I hate losing an ally to blocking a minion. But, oh, and I'm going to lose a card at random from my hand. Well, isn't that just lovely? So Pete gets knocked out. He defended Vulture. We're going to lose a card at random. Oh, please don't be the full auto. Please. Please, please, please. Oh, come on. Why? I feel like everything has gone against me in this game. I didn't want telepathy. I didn't get a good start with sidekick. I didn't get, oh man, losing full auto. That is brutal. Oh, that is brutal. Okay. Well, all right, coming over here. We just got to try to survive for another turn because we're not going to be able to do 16 damage this round. We got to keep cleaning up all our messes. So now we got to take out Vulture. I don't want to flip down because we're going to lose all that ammo that I took, but I thought I was going to be using it up. I'm going to be able to use 3, 4. I mean, I'll be able to use a good chunk of it, I guess. If we do the helicarrier, the gauntlet gun, and say this to play Scorched Earth, it'll deal 3 to Vulture. It will deal 3 to him, and I won't take a retaliate, so that's nice. So we're definitely going to do that. So helicarrier, gauntlet gun, and then 2 more ammo counters. And this, pay for Scorched Earth. That's 3 here, and 3 here, down to 13. And, oh, and that's each enemy in play, actually, so that knocks these guys out too. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And so that was that. That's not much else I can do here. We definitely want to finish him off. So Hope is attacking for 3 right now. So let's have her finish him off. So that's good. The threat is at 7 of 10. I don't know how much we're going to worry about that at the moment. We could missile launcher for 2 free damage. That's down to 11. Shoulder cannon is just going to ping me for a damage. We're going to go ahead and play this downtime because we are going to end up flipping down and recovering. So I need to stay ready. So do we bother just ping 1 with the shoulder cannon, go to 1? Because we're going to recover anyway? I guess so. So we knock him down to 10. We go down to 1. We flip down, lose all this ammo. We will put 2 on here. We're going to flip and exhaust, and we're going to heal for 5. So we go up to 6. My defense strategy that I picked out for myself is working decently well. I thought that was halfway smart. It was the only way I could guarantee when building the decks that I'd be able to survive, because I just, like I said, I didn't want to rely on chump blockers or status effects because this just wasn't going to work here. So the flipping down and recovering, which isn't something I normally like to do in solo, but is working decently well in two-handed, so that's fun. So that is War Machine's turn done. Oh, I could shuffle a card back in. Let's get the full auto back. We will never play another gunboat because Pete was our only X-Force, and call for backup was the only way to get him. But that's okay. We got to see how cool and fun that can be. And I know you can build, crazy decks that really build the allies up or the heroes up that you can exhaust and do some massive work with gunboat. But even just doing it sort of small time was quite fun. So moving to Vision, I can't recover with him because he's not damaged. I can't use Clarity to damage him because it's a hero response. So no clever plays there. Could let Vivian die and bring her back. I wouldn't have Sidekick anymore, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. So that would be, that might not be terrible because that would be 3 damage. 4, she's attacking for 4 right now. Then she comes back, she would still be attacking for 3. That would be 7. Oh, I could almost. Oh. Can I do it? Is that enough? Would that be enough damage? Because Vision can attack for 2. That'd be 9. Would I be able to find 1 more damage? Because this is going to cost me 1. Say the Solar Gem plays this. None of the rest of this does any damage, though, is the thing. I don't think so. I think I can only get him down to 1. I guess it's... And then we still need to survive, too. So he's definitely going to scheme out, unless I just move to thwarting instead. which I suppose I could do because surely we'll be able to do 10 damage next turn, right? So how about we do this? Let's have Vivian attack for 4, brings him down to 6, knocks her out. So we lose her. Then we can use the solar gem to play Hickory Branch Lane, which we will just then exhaust. So these are both exhausted. I have tokens, I should just use them. To get Vivian back in my hand, yes, so that adds her back to my hand. Let's go ahead and flip up. While I'm still dense, let's go ahead and play her. She still has 3 health thanks to the team training. So if we want to, I could attack with her for 3 and then attack with vision, or I could just do a little bit of thwarting just to make sure we don't, I at least don't want to lose the main scheme in step 1. So we need to do some thwarting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack. Oh, I have thwarting in my hand actually. We're going to attack. She's going to take 2 for 3 more damage, down to 3. Vision is going to, oh, but I'm confused. Okay, so he's going to exhaust, clears, confuse. And then we're going to flip to intangible. And we're going to play just passing through to remove 3 threat. 7 goes to 4. So at least we won't lose it in step 1. That's good. We don't like doing that. Because he is going to scheme out. There's nothing we can do about that. So I think we did everything we can do. We just need to survive this villain phase, deal 3 damage, and win the game. Here's hoping. So this should be the last villain phase. It's exciting. Drawing 6 cards. Please show me damage. Well, we got Nick, I guess. There's our damage. Plus, you know, what we have on the board. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. Pretty much literally nothing. That's okay. We don't even need anything. We just need to survive. This is going from 4 to 8. He is scheming over here for 3, 4, 5. We do lose this scheme. So now we are going to Sinister Ends. We're going to each get an encounter card. Oh, man. Oh, no. And this comes in with 0. When he attacks Hope, which would be a way to lose the game. And it goes to 14. And, oh, that means he's attacking Hope right now. Oh, okay. So he's attacking Hope right now. We're going to have to defend with the Vivian or Vision. The Vision can't defend. So it's going to have to be Vivian. So he's attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6. Vivian takes that. Oh my goodness. This is really close. So I have 2 more encounter cards to get through. I swear if after all this I lose. It's very, very possible that all he has to do is attack 1 more time and we lose. Craven comes in. Okay, he doesn't do anything immediately. Relentless Android gets us 2 drones. Okay, so far we're still in the game. Electro comes in. Retaliate 1 of Villainous. Doesn't do anything immediately. And I get my obligation, which doesn't really do anything. Exhaust your identity and remove. Okay, so that's just my mass form is blank, so it doesn't give me any of the bonuses. Hope goes over here. We survived. We just have to deal 3 damage. And I don't think Vision can, funnily enough. Hope has 4 health. So she could attack Sinister and survive, but she could attack for 3. Oh, she can attack for 3, because if I flip to dense, I'm still dense as far as this is concerned. So he has 2 attacks. No, Hope has 3 attack. She attacks and we win. If not, we still had all this stuff over here, so it wasn't like it was that close, but still. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did telepathy suck as much as I knew it was going to, and I didn't want it in this game. But I guess it's a good thing it was, because it made it a lot harder, and maybe this would have been a little bit easy on Standard 3. I thought it was going to be hard, and it was hard, but because of the telepathy. If that had been expert, we definitely just would have, I think we just would have gotten blown out. So, well, either way, that was really fun just to check in and say hi. I want to wrap it up. Thank you so much for those of you who are still subscribed to the channel that will see this pop up. I hope this was fun for you. I know it ended up being super messy. I didn't want it to be a big messy game, but it was a lot to keep track of, and there were some distractions and such, but it's been a long time since I did this. But it was fun. It was fun to check in. I hope everybody is doing very well. I hope everybody is enjoying all the new content that's come out. You know, the entire Age of Apocalypse wave pretty much has come out since the last time I filmed a video. We are getting all the Magneto reveals this week. Has been a lot of fun. I'm super excited for him. The wave has been very hit and miss for me, I will say. So I'm very excited for, hopefully Magneto will be a nice strong finish for the wave, and I'm so excited for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. I think that is just going to be a really cool new direction. Very, very pumped for that. So I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do this. This was fun to sneak in. I would love to do it again sometime soon, but we will see. No promises, but I'm so thankful to everybody who will tune in and watch this. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully sometime in the nearer than farther future. I don't even remember how I end these videos. Something about taking care. So take care and bye-bye.